So hey Ellie, how are you doing?
Good. I'm really hot. I feel like you're gonna see like an escalating sheen on my face because I'm like fully sweating balls in my kitchen, but I'm good.
Yeah, it's insanely hot right now.
Yeah. How are you? How's your night going?
Good. I'm like procrastinating real hard on work, but what are you going to teach me instead of the thing that I should be doing?
This is actually perfect timing because I'm also procrastinating like a packet that's really important to me. And so I was like, oh, pickling, this is great. This will just like, be bad. But yes, I'm going to teach you how to quick pickle, which is, it's different than like a sort of more like formal pickle as far as I'm told. I've never done it that way where you have to like vacuum seal and everything. This is like just refrigerator pickles, so they only have to wait 24 hours in the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah, which like works for me because I am like such a Gemini. Like I would never have the patience to like hardcore pickle, and I have ADHD, so it's good to quick
Oh,
pickle.
was it your birthday recently?
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday.
I mean, I guess it wasn't that recent. It was like May 26th. Are you a Gemini too? Oh,
No.
what sign are you?
Sagittarius.
Oh, cool.
So
No,
you don't have the patience for regular pickling.
no, but this was like a really good compromise because I feel like I want to be the kind of person who like pickles and like jams, and like it sounds like a good kind of person to be, but I could like never get myself to do any of that. So I used to like buy shit to make stuff like that, and then it would just like accumulate dust in my apartment. But then I during quarantine, I found this like quick pickle recipe, and I have cucumbers in my I have a garden. I have cucumbers in my garden, and so I like tried it, and now I'm obsessed with it because I also fucking love pickles. I eat like 4 pickles a day now.
Pickles are amazing.
So good. They're so good. Have you ever had as a snack? So you really like pickles.
I love pickles.
Have you ever had as a snack like a really good pickle wrapped in a slice of cheese?
No, but my mom used to make me sandwiches with like veggie deli meats and like pickles and a slice of cheese. That was really good.
So good. Yeah, my friend, this Israeli girl that I knew a long time ago, used to make like pickle and then like a slather of hummus and then wrap the whole thing in like a taco of cheese.
Mm.
That's a really good vegetarian.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong with like salty,
No.
savory. So how do we get started with the pickle?
So what are you pickling cucumbers or something else?
I've got a carrot, but I could pause the video and see if I have any cucumbers. No, I kind of want.
No, I was just curious. You're just gonna pickle one carrot?
No, I have a bag of carrots.
I was like, that is such a boss weird. If you were just gonna stick, and I aesthetically, I really liked the vision of like the one carrot.
Yeah.
Pickled carrots are delicious. That's awesome. Okay, so how we start is okay. So first we need to do the vinegar. So I realized after we made this plan that I'm almost out of white vinegar, so I'm going to use like a little bit of white and then apple cider.
Okay.
And what we need is a cup and a fourth of vinegar or vinegars. So let's
Okay, you said a fourth and an eighth.
like a cup and a fourth, a cup and a yeah.
All right, I have a huge jug, so perfect.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous. That's like the kind for like cleaning. I mean, it's the same as this, but it evokes cleaning to me.
I bought this for cleaning because I was like, I don't trust these chemical cleaning supplies.
Did you make your own like Corona cleaning supplies, or just in general
No,
cleaning?
this is pre-Corona.
Are you very clean?
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Not either. But you didn't trust like a regular bottle of Windex.
Well, just for like environmental reasons.
Oh yeah. Mm. Is
Uh,
it use regular? Like, is that stuff terrible for the environment?
according to blogs I read, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It doesn't need to be super exact, does it? My measuring cup doesn't have a line for a fourth.
No, it can be pretty. I mean, I feel like I play with the recipe a little bit every time I do it, so don't worry about it at all.
So do I put the vinegar into this mason jar now?
No, so you put it in like whatever you just poured it into, and we're gonna put it on the stove. Cook it. Okay. So you can use like a little, just like a soup pot or like a frying pan. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, and you pour it in, and then we need 3 tablespoons of kosher salt, and we put that in with the vinegar into the pot. So I have this like Morton. Ooh, I have that kind too in my matchy box as well.
Do you know what the difference is between kosher salt and like regular salt?
No, I don't. I just like, I mean, it must be meet kosher requirements, like blessed by a rabbi. What is
but that's not the only difference, though. It's like a different texture.
Am I using the wrong kind of salt?
I mean, it must not matter that much.
More coarse, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to compare it with this other salt. Okay. I think this is the same one you have.
Yeah. But like the Morton salt that you were using is also kosher, so like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is like more crystally or something.
Right, but if you've been doing it with the other kind of salt, I'm sure it must not matter that much.
No, it doesn't. I've been mixing it up. Did you grow up kosher?
No, not at all.
Okay, so now we mix it. Do you have a whisk? So let's put it over like medium heat and just let it cook up until it dissolves all the salt. Okay, so while we do that, we could like cut up the vegetables that we're gonna use.
Okay. Have you been cooking like a lot during quarantine?
Yeah, like when it first started, I didn't order out for like months. Like I don't think I ordered out until like a month ago. And I just got such into the habit of like cooking real meals all the time. And then the last few times I've ordered out, it was good, but I think my body's not used to it anymore, and it made me feel like so sick.
That's interesting.
How about you?
Yeah, I also didn't get takeout for a really long time. But I don't know. What do you think it made you feel sick because it was just like more like bad for you, or?
I think so. Like I think like fried, like I got like buffalo wings and pizza, like a turkey club. Like I think I've just been like, when I'm cooking, I don't make shit like that. So yeah, I think my body was like, what? No. Or maybe I was talking about it with my partner. I mean, like, maybe we just forgot that we always used to feel sick, like after eating, like at the diner or something.
I've heard that when you stop eating meat, you feel like better, and then you feel sick again when and like, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you eat meat?
No.
How long have you been a vegetarian?
Since I was a kid.
Oh. How did you make that choice?
Just, animals and.
From a sort of activist?
Yeah.
When we're really little?
Mm.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, it helped that my parents were not, I mean, my parents had vegetarian friends, so it's not like a crazy battle.
Yeah.
You have a child, right?
I do. I have a 2-year-old.
Is that crazy right now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it goes in waves. I mean, she's really great. She's she's awesome, and it's just her. So I feel like it could be, and I have my parents helping, and I mean, it could be like so much harder, but the part that's the hardest right now is just like existentially, I feel so disturbed about like her experience of this and what she's missing, and really bummed about that. And like, it's crazy making like being with her so much of the time. It's true, that too. I just wrote a sketch tonight actually about like, this is how I feel about having a kid in the pandemic. About, you know, the movie Matilda in the book.
Yeah.
It was about, it's like a fake commercial for moms in the pandemic, and it's like Fisher Price made a live action version of like the Chokey, where you can like put your kid and then you can get some work done. So like, there's definitely that side of it.
Oh, the water is boiling. Should I turn it off?
Oh, yeah. So just make sure all the salt is dissolved. Okay, so what do we do next? Oh, right. Okay, so do you have like a bowl that, like kind of a big bowl? So get a big bowl.
Sorry, I can't be in front of carrots and not eat a carrot.
No, I think that's lovely and charming. So pour the vinegar in the bowl, and then get 2 cups of cold water, and we're going to pour those into the hot vinegar.
What's your favorite food to eat pickled besides cucumbers?
Oh, besides cucumbers, I love a pickled beet. I really liked the pickles at, do you ever go to B&H Dairy?
Yeah, they have really good pickles.
Yeah, their half sour is my favorite. And these kind of come out half sourish. I don't know what your favorite. Oh, but you're not using cucumbers, but still that kind of flavor and stuff.
Maybe yeah. I should find a cucumber to use.
Maybe you should throw in one, just like an actual pickle.
Yeah. I'll see if I have any. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I got into a really stupid argument one time with like somebody over whether like they thought a zucchini was a cucumber.
Oh my God. That would make me so crazy. Like when someone is arguing something that there's just absolutely no ambiguity around.
Yeah. I finally was just like, look, just cut into it and you'll see that it's a cucumber and not a zucchini. And he like did, and he was like, oh yeah. He didn't even say, yeah, you're right. He just didn't say anything.
That's so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, like, so I thought you were, okay, first I thought you meant that it was like an abstract, like a zucchini is a cucumber, like it's the same. No. But you're saying you were holding a zucchini and he was saying that's
no, like, see, he had like a curry recipe that he wanted to do, and he had like bought the ingredients, and like one of the things was a zucchini, and I was like, that's a cucumber, not a zucchini. And he was just arguing with me for like so long. Why can't we just normalize admitting that you're wrong about things?
I mean, I do. It's hard. I feel like I want other people always to do that, but I do find it hard.
Yeah.
Especially with people where there's like high stakes. Like I feel like I could admit to my friends that I'm wrong all the time, but like when my partner, like I will like fight to the death about like it being my phone charger, you know? And then find out that it's not.
What was like the last argument you had over something that was like easily provable?
I feel like we have so many dumb fights like that. And it was probably about a phone charger. I have like a little bit of, not a little bit, I have OCD. And like sometimes I get really upset. Like one of my things that I feel I need to highly control like where my phone charger is, or I feel really anxious. Like I need to know where it is. And so when he takes it, it like makes me crazy, and it's super neurotic of me and whatever. But like he was saying that it was his charger, and I just knew like 1,000% that it was mine. And because I have such crazy anxiety about it, like it felt so unjust, like that wasn't being recognized. And then it was like, it was true. It was like that time that actually was my charger, but it was a whole stupid fight about it. And then when you like look outside of it, you're like, oh my God, it's such a waste of life right now.
Was this a quarantine fight?
Yes. Are you dating? It seems like, I feel like via your tweets, it seems like you're quarantine dating. Is that accurate?
Those tweets are just jokes.
So you're not dating?
It makes my mom so angry when she reads them. Because she's really afraid of me going out and meeting people.
Just in general?
What? In general.
In general.
Yeah.
So you're not actually dating, like, amidst the pandemic?
I'm doing fake Zoom dates.
But, like, as a bit, right?
Yeah, it's like a web series.
Yeah, that's fun. Is it possible that, like, is part of the framing of it that, like, it could actually be a real date, or is it, like, totally fake?
No, those dates are totally fake.
Okay.
Like, people do weird characters and stuff.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm started doing like a million projects to keep myself occupied.
Oh, like what?
Well, like this podcast or whatever it is.
Yeah. That's probably better than dating anyway.
Yeah. Well, like this seems like a really like terrible time to start dating somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's at their very worst.
Yeah, it seems that way. I'm so impressed. I know we've chatted about this briefly before, but I'm so impressed that you even let your mom read your Twitter. That was my worst fucking nightmare.
Well, like it's public, so.
I know, but see, I would go to like elaborate lengths to like keep my mom from seeing it.
Well, I told her that she's not allowed to ask me questions about it.
Is she obedient? No.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Awesome. You're like a real grown up about it. You're like, yeah, my freaks. Like, I feel like my mom is like the way that I've managed to like be an adult and do what I want is to just be like, and there will always be like a veil in front of like everything that my mom is not allowed to see. And it's totally like weird adolescent behavior.
You're living close to her right now?
Yeah, they live in Fishkill, which is like, yeah, it's like.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah, but they live in Florida most of the year, like, you know, good Jewish snowbirds, but they're like, might not be going back because it's,
yeah, worse over there.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice that you get childcare and.
Yeah. No, my parents are awesome. I don't know. I'm so weird about it. Like when I was a kid and we used to watch movies with like sex scenes, even when I was like 12, like I'd be like, I have to go to the bathroom. And then I would like run in the hallway and wait until the sex scene was over because I couldn't be in the presence of it, like with my parents there. Weird.
What kind of movies with sex scenes were you watching when you were 12 with your parents?
That's a really good question. I have a memory actually, like every time I think about the thing I just told you, it's Basic Instinct, which now that I'm saying that, that's insane. That like I would have watched that with my parents. But they were like very sexual, like they would like, I don't know, my parents were like weird, like they're like teenagers. They like really, like they were like love each other. I used to come home from high school and they would be like make me out on the couch. Like I would like come home from rehearsal and at like 10 p.m. and they'd be like, hi. So I don't know, maybe like weird boundaries about stuff like that.
Right.
And my mom could never see this, Rebecca. If she saw this, it would be such a problem.
Okay, do you want me to edit this part out?
No, because I need to heal.
Okay.
I need to deal with it. Okay, let's stop talking about my issues with my parents.
All right, what's the next step?
Okay. So, okay, are all your veggies cut?
Yeah, I can try to maneuver my camera to. There we go.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, so I'll do that too. So now just like kind of take your jar and like shove them in, however you want to do.
Okay. I hope that the carrots don't, or that the cucumbers don't end up getting carrot taste on them.
Mm, I wonder. I don't know how, like, if there's one of them that's dominant, you know?
Carrots have a lot of flavor.
Yeah. I also love carrots. Let's see. I'm making these for my sister. She just had a baby.
Oh, cool.
I'm bringing her, going to meet the baby this weekend and bring her pickles.
So cool. Where does she live?
She lives in Chelsea, Massachusetts, which is like, it's like a little bit outside of Boston.
Also,
Yeah.
now that I see how you cut your cucumber, I'm really jealous that I didn't do that also.
How did you do it? Did you do slices?
I did slices.
Oh, yeah. That's also tasty. Well, now you'll have this recipe and you can do more pickles tomorrow even.
Sure.
Okay. I think I shoved as many in here as I can. Probably should. Well, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now do you have, no, I'm feeling really like, should I take one of these out? No, I made it too tight. Okay, it's what it is. Do you have garlic? Do you have fresh garlic?
Oh, yeah, I have fresh garlic.
Okay, so I'm cutting like 3 cloves in half, like 6 like this size kind of pieces.
Are we peeling them or not peeling?
So I pre-cut the garlic because I was feeling like cooking show fancy and I liked the idea of having it like in a little pile here already. So yeah, I kind of peeled it and just made little quadrants. I think I really need to remove one of these cucumbers because it feels like it's so tight and I'm afraid it's not going to work as well. Let me get these out.
Yeah. You can massacre one of them.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
It's weird to me how like some people like in America grew up like not using garlic.
Really? Did a lot of people not use garlic?
Yeah, apparently a lot of white people, like, I mean, I should specify non-ethnic, non-quote unquote ethnic white people do not season their food.
Yes, I have heard that and tasted that. That's true. Yeah, it's very like my family's palate was very like Eastern European Jewy. Like everything was very like salty and garlicky and flavored and stuff.
Yeah.
Was that similar to your house?
Oh yeah, much garlic.
Yeah.
My grandma always like puts an insane amount of garlic in everything that she makes.
Mm. Like too much, or just like it's.
I like it.
Yeah.
I guess it would be a lot if you didn't like garlic.
Yeah.
But yeah, like one of my roommates in college, like I like she saw that I was using like I made her something that had fresh garlic in it and she was like, "Oh, this tastes so good." And then she like tried to do it and she was like, "It didn't come out good. There was all this like papery stuff on it."
Oh, that's really
It's like oh yeah, you gotta peel the I don't know.
Was there anything that I think it's really interesting how sometimes like there are things you just don't even really know exist like until you leave home for the first time and like see that what you thought was normal. I mean, there's so many deeper ways that this is true, but just in the topical food way, is there anything that you like had never tasted or known was a thing before you got to college?
Interesting. I don't know. Like, I mean, I didn't my college didn't have like a huge international population, but I guess like I had never like met anyone before college that like used Hamburger Helper. What is Hamburger Helper even?
You had like the reverse experience because you grew up in the city.
Yeah.
When did you go to college?
I went to SUNY Purchase.
Oh, that's my partner teaches there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's playwriting.
Okay, probably not when I went there though.
No, when did you?
Unless you're much older than you look.
When did you go?
Like I was class of 2013.
Oh no, he wasn't there yet. Yeah. So hamburger helper, like, I don't know what it is. I mean, I feel like it actually is just seasonings that go with the meat in like a little packet, but does it also have noodles?
I think it's like noodles or some kind of carb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like almost like a stuffing or something. I've never had.
But no, my roommates were all very interested in what I was cooking.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know. The most shocking thing to me about going to college probably was just like realizing that people in America like were just so casually racist.
Oh yeah, because you like grew up in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was like the first time I had like experienced people just casually being like, oh, like, you know, black people, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that must have been so weird. And that is like, it's so interesting because it really is kind of like the inversion of the experience so many people have in college.
Yeah.
Oh, people aren't like if there's something wrong with being racist. That's wow. No.
Like, you know, I knew like theoretically that people were racist. I just thought that they knew that that was wrong and wouldn't say it out loud.
And we're like choosing to be assholes, not that it was like acceptable and fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so I've got my garlic is in my vinegar.
Okay. Well, you weren't supposed to put it in the vinegar.
Oh, I wasn't. Oops.
Now,
fish it out.
Now, put it in the jar. Just like rest it on top. So basically, what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna like load up the jar with all the spices before we put the vinegar and water in.
Okay. Sorry, I shouldn't have jumped ahead.
No, you know what? It's actually fine to keep it a little pour out. It really doesn't. You don't have to move it. Now, the more I think about it, I don't want to be about it.
It's fine. I can just fish that out. All right, I fished half of it out, and the other half will be.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I got some dill.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you have the rest of the garlic you fished out in the jar?
Yep.
Okay. So now we can so I don't measure the dill. I just like dump a lot in because I like it to be really dilly. So just use your intuition. I love dill so much. Okay. Okay, then we need 2 tablespoons-ish, or however much you want, of coriander seeds. And again, that goes in the jar.
Okay, I might not have that many, but
Okay, that's fine. Just however is fine. However many. Coriander.
Okay, I actually don't have any coriander seeds, but I have some ground coriander, so that's probably just fine.
What do you have?
Just ground coriander.
That's fine too. Yeah. I also just found a jar. So I have like a half full jar of pickles I made last week that I'm going to replenish a little while we do this. So that's also something you can do.
Oh, cool. So you're re-spicing the water?
I think so. I'm just going to add like a little bit more. But the pickle brine, like once you make this and eat all the pickles, you can really just like put a new batch of vegetables in the same brine. Like you don't even really need to, because you can keep the whole thing for like a month.
Okay. I kind of like drinking the brine.
Ooh, that's so gross and good. That's such one of those like delicious, those things. I like it too.
I've like done like you know like bars where they have pickle shots, like
Yeah,
pickle back.
I was just
I've like asked for extra pickle brine, and they were just I don't know.
how did they respond?
The people were just grossed out.
They were unsupportive.
Well, they gave it to me, but
They made it known that they thought you were gross.
yep.
You're asking.
I mean, I think shots are pretty gross, and pickle juice, I mean, is amazing.
Very true. Okay, so do you have mustard seeds?
Yeah, I think these mustard seeds might be older than I am.
Oh, well, do they? Oh my God, that does look like really, like, it almost looks like 80s.
Yeah, this might have been like my parents' like original wedding set of. All right, how many mustard seeds?
Does it smell okay?
No, not really. I'm just gonna. It's fine.
Do you have any mustard powder?
I have. This is some ground mustard.
Okay, that works. Why don't you do like?
You recommend that instead of this like?
That it smells bad.
I mean, it doesn't smell like horrible. It just smells like a little bit musty.
I don't know. You use your judgment, Rebecca.
Okay, I'll put in like a sprinkle of these seeds and then some ground powder.
I also did have to say that I can't 100% stand by the pickles you're making because you've made a lot of adjustments. Like, there's like dill, not fresh. Now there's no coriander, and there's no mustard seeds. So,
I put coriander. It's just ground instead of.
but I've never made this with ground anything. I've only used the like seeds. Dill is definitely. I'm sure it's all fine, but I think that if it's not that delicious, you should make another batch without me with all of the like seeds and shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, oh wait, I should have waited for directions. I just tapped some amount of mustard into it.
I think that's fine. I think you should just like get into your own flow with it.
Okay.
What's next? Do you have red pepper flakes?
Yeah.
So just like as much of that as you want, depending on how hot you like things. I just need like a good little dousing.
Okay. My mom usually complains that that my grandma's makes her pickles too spicy, so I'll just do a little bit.
So do you have a grandma that is also lives locally?
My aunt moved her to New Jersey like a few years ago, so she lives there now. But she was on the Upper East Side.
Oh, cool. Okay. So I'm done with our ingredients. What else do we need? I like to add a little extra salt, just because, even though there's a lot of salt already in it, but I could just like a splash. And then a little ground pepper. Oh, okay. And then my secret ingredient for the like anti-inflammatory purposes is a little turmeric. Is that how you pronounce it? Turmeric?
I've heard it both ways.
How do you say it?
Turmeric, but I don't know.
I never know. You can just do like a splash of that too if you want. Okay. I'm going to do a little more. My sister's a hippie and she'll like it. Okay, so now everything is in the jar. The last time I did this, I tried to pour just from the bowl into the jar and I lost half the brine.
Okay.
So I'm going to get like a poury thing. What's that? A measuring cup.
Okay.
A poury thing. I feel a little bad that like I'm not really one of those comedians who's like so funny in like regular conversation. Just FYI. I'm like funny. I'm okay funny, but I'm not like so funny.
I mean, if anybody is watching this, I don't know Like, I don't know what somebody is watching this for, but I'm sure it's not for,
For the chuckles.
I don't know. Like, podcasts are more about, like, conversation. I don't know.
Really.
This jar turned out to not be big enough for all of the liquid. Should I?
Oh, that's okay. You can, yeah, I also have some extra. So you could do another little batch, like if you have another little jar.
Okay. Maybe, I guess I could just put it in a jar to refresh my pickles when.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
So I'm really impatient. Can I eat it right now? Or
So, yes, like you can, but it's not really going to taste like a pickle.
okay.
I mean,
Right.
why don't you try it? I've never tried to eat one like right at this second.
I'm sure it tastes like nothing.
It probably just tastes like a wet vinegary carrot.
Yeah, that's about right.
So good to know, though. So then just like, do you have a lid for your jar? Okay, good. So just put it on pretty tight. Because then you want to like really shake it up.
I'm going to do this well away from my laptop.
Okay, yeah, good idea. Ugh. All right. It's cool that you're teaching stand-up classes. I saw. How did your class go?
I don't know. I think it went okay. I feel very self-conscious, but I don't know. I have like a weird mixture of like incredible overconfidence and like total like low self-esteem.
Yes, I understand that.
You know, I like go back and forth between like delusions of grandeur and then like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, me too. That's I'm a sober alcoholic, and like in AA, like that's a really common thing for alcoholics to feel. Not that you're an alcoholic, but one of the things that people say about that all the time, and I feel the same way, is that it's like you're the piece of shit at the center of the universe. Have you heard that one?
No.
I love it so much because it's like, yeah, it's like, or like you're like, there's something else I really like. It's kind of like having like both an inferiority and a superiority complex at the same time. But better than that. There's a catchy one for that, but I don't remember it.
No, that's absolutely true. I mean, I don't know. I feel like women that do anything really, but like especially male-dominated fields tend to like feel like worse than normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like the imposter syndrome. It's like so deeply internalized. But then, yeah, and like there's that thing that peeks through where you're like, I'm fucking awesome. Like, what? It needs to be recognized. But then also all the other shit.
Yeah, I mean, before the lockdown, did you seek out mostly like female dominated shows and mics?
I mean, that was my preference. Yeah, like I like the company of women and non-binary and trans people the most. And like the mics, like I feel like I haven't been doing stand-up all that long, and like when I first experienced like women and like queer mics compared to the ones I'd been going to, I was like so fucking shocked, like that it didn't have to be such a hellscape, you know?
Yeah, it would be nice if there had been more of those like all along.
Yes, indeed.
I feel like the new generation of women is just going to be like so confident. I hope so. But I'm also jealous that I was not among their ranking.
Me too. I was just about to say that too. I'm very jealous. Sometimes, can I tell you a weird thing about parenting? Is that actually like having my kid, her name's Goldie, by the way. Like people always talk about like, oh, your life is over, you know, when you have a kid. And like, I've had this like opposite experience because it's weird. I'm like stumbling around saying this. I think I must feel like awkward or embarrassed, but it's like, I didn't want her, the thought of having her like look at me as a teenager or something and be like, wow, my mom really gave up on her dreams. Like, that's so pathetic. Like, that thought has like been total like gasoline for me. And it's so weird. And it's like that, it's kind of like, I don't care that if that's like a good way to be motivated or not. And it like in a real way, like, yeah, I don't want her to ever be like my model of like being a woman was like, if she ends up being a woman, is like someone who basically just like thought all she could be was a mom. And I don't think that that's true. But yeah, the thought of her just like having judgment and contempt is like very activating.
Totally. I mean, there's like a lot of ways to be a mother that doesn't have to be Martha Stewart-y.
That's like my nightmare while we make pickles from scratch. But,
you know, I don't think like domestic arts should have to be like a feminine in like a negative way.
No, that's so true. And you're right. It's like, even thinking that they would be is attached to this like gross internalization about those things being like lesser.
Totally. And like anyone could enjoy like some nice pickles.
Yeah, everyone will enjoy the pickles. And then it's like, yeah, like that's a valuable skill to bring to the table to like make the fucking pickles.
So we just put this in the fridge and wait like 24 hours.
Yeah, yours looks like so green to me.
I guess because I put ground stuff instead of the seeds.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Like it looks very under the sea. So you, yeah, mine looks more like yellow, at least to me.
Oh, this is also, the jar is blue. Like this is a blue jar. Sorry.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I'll put in the YouTube description whether this turned out to taste okay.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, so just wait 24 hours, but like you can definitely wait less if you're feeling impatient. It just won't be as fully developed of a flavor, you know, but they'll be full on ready by this time tomorrow night.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me on Twitter at just Ely Kreimendahl, or Instagram, same, Ely Kreimendahl, or YouTube, but I like don't put a lot on my YouTube, but it's there with a few things. Thanks for having me. It was fun to hang out and make pickles.
Yay, thank you for teaching me.
Yeah. All right, I'll see you soon, Rebecca.
All right, bye, have a good rest of the night.